So today I'm sitting down with Samantha Shea, who you see in front of you. She is one of my beautiful graduates from the Kundalini Reiki certification course. And today we're going to show you what is possible when it comes to healing. Before Reiki 1, Sam, you set the intention that you were going to release limiting beliefs and thinking patterns so you could live in confidence and love. Fast forward to today, Sam has written an extraordinary story where she quit her 9-to-5 for full-time homestead farmer, animal healer, master manifester. You have won that title. Owner of Energy on the... What was that, Sam?
That one still blows my mind, but yeah.
You have created Energy on the Farm. She has her master's in both Kundalini and Usui Reiki healings. She's a crystal practitioner, a sound healer, a mom, and a wife.
It's a lot.
That is you, honey. That is all you.
Right. It's been exciting. It's been really quite a journey. And for me, it started in 2020, right at the start of COVID, and I just felt like I was being suffocated and basically being choked. And this is what I turned to. And I mean, the journey has been so exciting, and I'm learning so much about myself that I really didn't know. It's amazing how much we keep hidden from ourselves and from others, and going down this path really just opens you up and gets you living your higher self. It's amazing.
It is amazing. It truly is a state of being. I think we feel like that dream life is separate from us. There's so much that we need to do to get there, when really that's how we can continue with our suffering, right?
Oh, yeah.
And instead, it's the state of being that we can align to right here and right now, and that's the power that we have.
It's funny. It's as simple as that, but it is.
It's as simple as that. We didn't say it was easy, but it's very simple.
There's a lot of work. That's a lot of work, but it's good work. It's work that feels good.
It does feel so good. It feels so aligned. And when you start the work, you see so many synchronicities. And when you live so intentionally, like, I'm going to receive this abundance for this purpose, I'm going to live today to help others, to be in service, you just see synchronistic numbers everywhere.
Yeah, it's amazing. I see them all the time. And even when you become, more connected, it's very interesting, because this morning I woke up and it was like I got slapped in the face by this dog that said, "You need to heal me because I'm not gone yet, but I have something I need to say." And it was just, it's situations like that where the more you are, you're going down this journey, working on yourself, really opening up to what can become. It's amazing how much clearer your purpose gets. It's crazy.
And the feeling in your body is a guidance system, really, to know whether you're in a clear tunnel vision or whether you're kind of off your path and you need to get back on.
Yes.
So how do you get back on?
I usually get back on by, I'm busy. I'm a mom. I sometimes things get crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It gets crazy. For instance, right now, our basement flooded. My kids it's a walkout basement. It's fully finished, and that's probably the problem. But my kids are all sleeping on air mattresses in my living room, and I'm like, this is so funny. Like, wow, thanks. And so I'm being tested so much right now, and I was feeling very disconnected, and that feeling for me is kind of like I'm like airy, like I'm starting to feel overwhelmed. And so this morning was a perfect example of me recognizing that that's how I was feeling. And so what do? I come and sit down in my office, and I do a full healing on myself. But it's also every morning I look to the horizon, and I look for the sun, and I let the early morning lights just hit my pupils and really resonate with me. And that's just a little way that I try to ground myself every morning, is just to look to the horizon, feel gratitude, and really appreciate that gratitude. And that's when I can, get back into, your self self-healing, take that time this morning, go outside, go for a walk. It's beautiful. Be outside, be with your animals, look for
Be.
joy.
You see that? How it's, you keep saying be. So
Mm-hmm.
you're not doing, it's being.
It is. That's probably the biggest lesson I have learned from becoming a mom, and is trying to just be. Because I am such a busy person. There's always so much that I could do, and I have my animals, and people say all the time, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how I do things is different than how you do things. Like, I don't see it being, oh, how do you do it all? Because I am being with everything that I'm doing, and I love it. I love everything
Yes.
I do. I love being in the garden and taking care of my animals. So when you get to be present in those things, it doesn't seem overwhelming, and you get to enjoy it.
Yes.
Love it.
That's your passion. That's your
Yes.
purpose, is your chores.
Yes.
So it's not chores, it's your passion.
I love it.
Not everyone loves that. I'm just telling you, Sam.
And I respect that, and I appreciate that in everyone.
So I want to first start off with your story. In one of your healings, we dove into a trauma when you were 7 years old. So can you share that story, the very short version,
Yeah.
and how that experience shaped your life?
Yeah, absolutely. It's actually something that I really didn't even, I knew occurred, but I didn't really think about it until our healing, where you were like, hey, you remember that? I'm like, yes. But it was really anger. And so as a child, I had a relative who's no longer a relative of my family, through divorce. They're now out of the picture. It's amazing how things get removed. But she had babysat us as kids. She wanted us to take a nap. I was 7. 7-year-olds don't take naps. And so she, hit me with a wooden spoon until it broke. And she had said to me very vividly, she was very mean. She was very scary. She was a scary person. Mm-hmm. And she said to me, you cannot tell anybody, because no one will believe you. And that made me angry. That trapped anger, and that's what Allie pulled from our session, was anger, deep-seated anger that I have always, and it wasn't until she brought it up where I was like, oh, I really do live a very angry life. I was an angry person. Like someone driving slow down the road. How dare you drive so slow? Some things that just made me so angry, and that healing session really brought that out. Like, wow. But then it was that anger just traveled with me my whole life in relationships I had with friends. It was repressed anger. So it wasn't like I was knowingly just an angry person. It was everything behind the scenes, building, and then, bah, it just explodes. And that's how I was living, because she made me feel that no one would believe me. And I was angry as a child at 7, so much so that I just trapped that anger deep within. And so many of my relationships and experiences in life have been directly around anger and repressed anger. It was very, very emotional for me. But it's interesting because there's so many different traumas that you can experience. And this one I remembered. And I didn't think anything of it. I was like, yeah, I'll be by babysitter. It was fine. But it wasn't fine. And it's so amazing how something that I thought was so little affected so much.
Yes. And you thought it was so little because of your childhood conditioning. You were just like, I'm good.
Yeah.
That's normal. It happens to everyone.
Yeah.
Got to
just keep going
over it.
Yes.
Live my life. But at the same time, your body never forgets, and it's holding on to that anger, and it's seeping into every single relationship you have.
And even physically, there's so much anger that is trapped within your digestive system. And I've had severe stomach issues, since I was 10 years old. So manifesting itself into its physical form, I'm 33, and I have been ill since I was 10 years old.
Yeah.
So I know it's not just, oh, well, it must have food sensitivities. Well, no, we do know that emotions can manifest themselves into, trapped emotions can manifest themselves into a physical form. Right there.
We know this.
Yes. So it's been a long journey to, you know, uncover health, and this is part of, you know, doing energy healing. It's just not, you know, what is happening in here, it's happening around you in a physical form, and how
Yes.
it's really amazing the work you put in and how you can experience so much release from that. It's huge.
It is huge. Kylie says the body keeps the score. It is so true.
Yes.
Your body does not forget, and your body is always telling you what it's ready to let go of through physical disease like that
Oh yeah.
and discomfort.
It so is. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Just you have to be open enough to see it, to listen, and to act. It's to act.
Exactly. Yes. And I've had some neck twitching recently, and versus like get rid of it, I think a lot of times we're like, oh, that's bad, let's get rid of it. No, how about thank you for being my friend and telling me that something is wrong. I'm not grounding my energy. I'm living life up here all airy and fairy.
Right.
And I and I need to ground it in. I need to take more action. I need to be out in the world more. You know, it's great being in the state of being, but I also have to go serve more. I have to be in the world more. I have to move more. So I've really been trying to move my body, but
Yeah.
that is a simple twitch in the neck that most people would just disregard and say, oh, I'm going to go schedule a doctor's appointment, which you should.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still going to, but going deeper into the emotional reason and how, yeah, like what is it that you can shift in your life? What is your body telling you?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Your body knows the answer.
Oh, the body keeps the score. Is that a book? Oh, it is a book. This is called Messages from the Body and Their Psychological Meaning. This is by Michael J. Lincoln.
All right.
And anything and everything you're experiencing, such as neck pain, which is what I have recently looked up, it gives you the psychological and emotional reason behind it.
That's a great book. Everyone should have that book.
A lot of people have a hard time forgiving people who hurt them, especially physically. So how are you able to fully forgive her and push through that discomfort that came along with it?
Absolutely. It really came down to, for me, is holding compassion for that person as a child. When we're doing the cord cutting, I'm going to call it a ceremony. When I do the cord cutting ceremony for that, I'm picturing them as the smallest, most innocent child, and making that room to hold that compassion and think to myself, oh my gosh, what that kid must have gone through in their life to think that it would be okay to do that to someone else. And then it just kind of like, for me, for that specific situation, it broke my heart for her.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Granted, what you did was wrong, but she is now the way she was today because of how she was treated as a child. And that's so sad. It's so sad. So I find that it's the easiest thing if you can try to hold an ounce, the tiniest little bit of compassion, even if you hate that person to the depths of your soul. I was previously married to someone who physically abused me, but I still was able to find just a smidgen, just the tiniest bit of compassion to say, what must have, when I'm envisioning this person as a child, what must have gone on in your life to make it okay for you to treat someone else like that way? Something must have really terrible have happened to you. I'm so sorry.
Yes, because she's projecting that anger onto you because she's holding on to that anger. That's the only reason it was projected onto you. So to have that compassion for her and see her as a small child is such a great,
Yeah.
a great approach.
Not
Mm-hmm.
easy to try to, find compassion for someone who physically abused you. That's not easy. It's not easy, but it could be a grain of rice. It could be as small as a grain of rice.
Yes, it doesn't. I always say forgiving doesn't make what happened right.
Right.
Forgiving frees that little child within you that needs comfort, that needs reminded of their power, their love, their
That's
compassion, and their
right.
divinity.
Yes. And feeling that energy be able to come back to you every time I find forgiveness for someone. It's almost like you just took the deepest breath of your life. Like the wind just came back into your lungs, and it is such an incredible feeling. And it is hard. It is hard to forgive. But the quicker you do it, the quicker you get on with it.
I have noticed that when I recall a memory, that cord may reconnect because I'm sitting in that anger again.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll have to cut the cord again, and I just continue knowing that after a while it fully dissolves. So it does take some time sometimes,
Yeah. Absolutely. It absolutely does. And there can be other feelings associated with that specific event or trauma that you have, that there's still a cord attached to that person for. So, say we're cutting anger. Well, I could also have resentment to her too, or a
Mm-hmm.
completely different emotion or fear. Those are all different, and those can all hold an energetic cord. So sometimes we do have to go back and re-slice that cord and release.
I cut cords almost every day now, every day, and I find my life is just so much more free.
It is. It is. It's amazing how much the world and everything that surrounds you starts to become more vibrationally aligned with you the more you cut. And it's fine. It's like cut, cut, cut. I am cutting all of those ribbons. Like, you're all gone.
I got special. Did I tell you I got the gold scissors?
Yeah, I love them.
This is what I cut cords with. We're serious over here.
We are. We're getting real. Cut them all.
It's so real though. We're going to cut cords today in our meditation. That way everyone can experience it. You're an animal healer and a healer of people, especially companions of those animals. And you just healed a dog who was transitioning to the other side. And I don't know if he's transitioned yet, but how freaking beautiful that you can be there as emotional and energetic support for these animals and their companions, which really means the most because they're the ones being left with, the grief and the discomfort and the earthly plane. So what are some other life events that one would schedule a healing with you outside of their dog transition?
Yeah, and that one's a hard one, but is really rewarding and humbling. One huge one is when you first get a dog or a horse or a cat. It's when you first bring them in and they have just made a massive transition. A lot of times I see with puppies, you go and you pick out your little 8-week-old puppy, and you literally just grab that puppy out of a bin and you leave.
Yes.
Leave. And they're sitting there like, oh my gosh, you just took me from my mother. A stranger took me from my mom. Ah. Oh.
Something's in his butt.
Francis put sand in his butt.
This is the future, though. The future is us serving our missions and being the moms that we are. We don't have to choose one or the other. It doesn't have to be like, I can't pay attention to my kids because, I'm working right now. It can be both. This is the future.
It can be, and it should be. The other thing that with the animal healings that I have found is that there's so many instances where, say, you as the owner or their human companion is going through something major yourself. You don't necessarily think that this is affecting your dog. Say, you're going through a divorce and you got that dog. Well, a lot of times dogs and all animals, they try to comfort you, and by doing that, they absorb your energy and they take it on as their own. So a lot of times when you're going through a major life event yourself, or a ton of stress, or you're sad, you have a broken heart, and then here comes your dog to sit next to you and want to be loved by you, and they're doing that to make you feel better. That's the magical thing behind animals. They do all of these amazing things to help you raise your vibration, even if it brings theirs down. And
so true. They're sponges.
they are sponges, or they're mirrors, and they'll, like a horse, you know, you're having a really awful day and you go into that pasture to try to bring that horse into you, you know, I need to get this halter on you, we've got work to do. And that horse is like, I don't want to even come close to your energy field, lady, because you are crazy. You've got too much happening. I don't want you. I don't want any of that. And then it makes that experience horrible. You're out there for an hour trying to catch your horse because you're not a healthy, you're not projecting a healthy energetic field at that time. So it's a lot of instances where any stressful or major event in your life, your animal companion has absorbed it to try to
so much sense.
Love you unconditionally and with no strings attached. It's amazing. It's amazing how animals can do that.
Absolutely amazing. And then obviously anytime they're physically injured, the energy healing will dive deep into helping them release any diagnosis.
Absolutely. I'm working with a draft horse who was rescued, and we're working through several, probably 4 or 5 healings, and I checked in a couple days later with the rescuer, and how's she doing? She's like, she had an abscess on her hoof blow. I was like, this is good though.
This is good though. Let me tell you why.
His energy is flowing through them and out, and we're releasing, and we're making way for healing. It's beautiful. It really is. So Erica, yes, you are so right, Erica. So many of their trapped emotions are absorbed. So many. It's amazing. If they can be trapped in our children, you know, we're having a rough day and that experience gets trapped into our little children, it can do the same thing with animals.
Yes.
What's funny with animals is, you know, a dog, say you yell at them, you're a bad dog, Fido, you got into the trash. While you're cleaning it up, they will more than likely come over and be like, but you love me. You love me, right? You still love me. You want to play ball? There's so much we could learn from animals.
They are unconditional love. They are so much more high vibrational than we are because our egos, they just like to...
Yeah. It's amazing.
They like to be in suffering for some reason.
Right. We could learn a lot.
And one other thing that I want to talk about, because I know a lot of people will relate to this, is you quitting your 9 to 5. Mm-hmm. So this surfaced after you agreed on a remote position with the company, right?
Yep.
And then the org shifted their policies, requiring you then to go into the office. And I remember talking to you and you had this inner knowing. It was definitely your intuition that you could not go back into the office. So what made you take that leap of faith to submit your 2 weeks notice to pursue healing and farming full time?
It was 100% your teachings through Kundalini Reiki, and really just being so clear on that you know, to being able to take divine action, even if it is so scary, and risk is so scary. Oh my gosh, risk is so scary, but I felt that so clear. It was like a neon sign just flashing. You did not agree to this, but if you choose this, it will be okay. And that's risk. It's taking risk and accepting, following divine action. That's hard to do. It really is. It really is hard to take divine action when there's so much risk involved.
Because you don't feel safe.
Yeah.
You don't feel safe.
Yeah.
And it's fear of the unknown too.
Yeah. It really is fear of the unknown. And, you know, I understand that it's a scary world that we live in right now. And there's so many variables and so many things that people are really scared about. And so that does make leaving something and trying something new, like, very bold. Like, wow, how dare you do that? why not just stay with something that's safe? But I didn't sign up for that. And I did not sign up to return to the office. It's not happening. My dreams were of me being more present with my children. It was, it was like I was having like a movie being played of how wonderful it would be if I didn't. I mean, if I quit that 9 to 5 and followed this path and just let it and trusted the journey. And sometimes I still am like, was that the right, but was it the right thing to do? But that's when I just, take a step back and say, but it was. And this is a check-in, because you're not fully trusting the universe does have your plan for you, and this is your path. And it's just a really wonderful reminder to say, you need to let go of the outcome and trust this path, because I know in the depths of my soul that it is the right path for me.
Yes. And everything is being orchestrated. When we follow our divine intuition, everything is on its way to you, and you're also a piece to somebody else's path. So if we all listen to our intuition, divine order would just happen so seamlessly. And we're learning now how to manifest abundance through just asking.
Yeah. It's, for that, it can be as simple as that. I have manifested a lot of major things. But it was interesting because I could manifest huge ticket items, probably over $500,000 worth of big ticket items. But when it came to smaller things in here, like I want to manifest good health. I just want to feel good. Then it was like, you got things to work on. It's not that easy. Work hard. Yeah. Dive in deeper.
We all have categories where we manifest easily. For you, it's money, land. Yeah. You manifested your property. Yeah. You are a master manifester.
Yeah.
For others, it's relationships. That's really easy. For others, it's their health. That's really easy. So usually our wounding is in the category where we're not manifesting. But if you can manifest a penny, you can manifest anything.
Absolutely. You absolutely can. Becoming vibrationally aligned, and that's what's beautiful about energetic healing, is that that's what you're doing. You're becoming more vibrationally aligned with your higher self. And when you can open those, everything and anything is possible always.
You know those money cages? Yeah. Where there's flying money? Yeah. I just saw a video the other day of people trying to grab the dollars and put them through the slots. Yeah. Grab the dollars, put them through the slots. There was this one guy that he didn't put in any effort whatsoever. He stood there and held his arms like this. And all of the money, he got the most money by exerting no energy.
Interesting.
And all of this money piled up, and that's when he started putting him through the slots, and he left with $100,000. So crazy. Isn't that proof that you don't have to exert energy in exchange for money? Yeah. You can simply ask and be, and allow that money to come in if you're open to receiving.
It's amazing. It's amazing. As you're healing yourself, don't forget, your animals as well. And as time has gone, so many people are more invested in the health of their animals and their well-being, and just don't forget about them and what they absorb from you, and that you're giving them a really great gift by including them on your own energetic healing as well.
Yes, and you can follow Sam at Energy on the Farm, so go give her a follow. And she has this beautiful website. You can go learn all about animal healing. Sam is one of the greatest healers that I know. I would trust Sam with my own healing. I would trust Sam with my children's healing, my pets' healing. So she's the real deal. She is the real deal. All right, let's meditate. So gently close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out, releasing everything you've been holding on to, all of the chaos, allowing everything to release through your feet into the soil beneath you. And I want you to curl your toes and feel that soil, or maybe it's sand, or maybe it's rocks. With every exhale, you're releasing, getting rid of all unserving thoughts, all unserving feelings, all chaos, all confusion, all wonder, knowing that you are supported and that everything is exactly how it needs to be right here, right now. As we affirm oneness, we are one, and use us as instruments to bring blessings to humanity for our highest good and the highest good of all, so be it. Place your hands on your heart and think of one thing you are so grateful for today. Really feel the joy in that one thing, and bring your hands all around you and feel the energy expanding. It's so important that we physically expand our arms all around us as we feel this energy filling the room that we are in, filling the entire building we are in, or the outdoors that we are in, filling the town we are in. And soon it wraps around the entire earth, just filling the earth with this love as you are projecting this beautiful pink light. Allowing your light to radiate 360 degrees 24/7 today. You can even draw a steel egg around your field, sealing this unconditional love in your aura. This is the greatest form of protection, and nothing is allowed into your steel egg, into your field. Nothing external to you. You are unconditional love. You are an extension of source energy. You are the soul. And anything that comes your way will bounce off the steel egg as you transmute it into love and give gratitude to that external energy. Because that's more momentum that you can use to help serve humanity and to help create a life that you love. And now imagine a golden star just floating right above your head, and we're going to take a deep breath in, inhaling this love, sending the stream of love up through the top of our head. Exhale, push this love into this golden star, aligning the mind and the heart for brain and heart coherence, so they are in flow with one another, and just stay there. You are the soul immersed in this beautiful ocean of golden light, swimming in divine love and divine bliss. You are an energetic being full of divine love, divine intelligence, and divine power. You are a being of pure energy. You are whole. This is your true nature. You are one with Source. You are one with all. There is only oneness. Any sound or noise is going to take you deeper and deeper into this ocean of golden lights. As you allow the vibrations of my voice to vibrate throughout your entire being. Oh. 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 Just be still and let go now. Softening the mind. You are healed. Softening the forehead, release. You are healed. Softening the jaw, release. You are healed. Breathing into the throat, release. You are healed. Softening the chest, release. You are healed. Cranking up the energy as I send Reiki throughout your entire being, through every cell, like this faucet of cleansing energy. Moving down into the soft spot in between your ribs, your solar plexus. Release. You are healed. Releasing all of this residual energy out your feet. Deep breath in. Deep breath out your feet. Softening the belly. Release. You are healed. Breathing into the hips. Softening the hips. Release. You are healed. Softening the thighs. Fully surrender. You are now aligned to the pure being of light that you are. And bring your hands up in receiving mode, gently on your lap, facing up so you can receive all of the energy. Receiving this healing. Receiving this abundance. Receiving this clarity. Receiving this creativity. Receiving this confidence. Receiving this support. Receiving this love. And place your hands out in front of you. And I want to see yourself as the highest version of you. I want you to visualize the highest version of you. It is not in the future. It is not in the past. It is right now. There is no gap. You are thriving. You are impactful in your being versus doing. You are abundant. You have all of the resources around you right here and right now. All of the people, all of the places, all of the things are part of your journey. They exist right now. Even unborn babies, their souls are awaiting their entrance right now. And bless this version of you with beautiful pink light. Send your intention towards the highest version of you, which is just your purest self, which is you right here and right now. This is how you manifest. Feel these feelings of joy, of bliss, of laughter, of fun, of not taking life too seriously, of peace, of service, of divine wisdom, and the willingness to do good. And now place your hands, we're going to start from the top, and I want you to cut all of the cords around your entire body. Just move your hands down like this and start cutting all of the tentacles. You can imagine those tentacles on an octopus. To your job, to people who have hurt you, to fear of not having enough. Releasing anything holding you back from being this version of you that exists right now. Feel it releasing throughout your entire body. And send these tentacles down into the ground and just imagine them disintegrating. And to anyone who has hurt us, we forgive you for what happened. We're sorry for any part we have played. And we forgive ourselves for any part we have played. Thank you for the many lessons. We release you with love. So go out into the world today and be this best version of you as your heart is expanded. May every person, every being be blessed with this love and kindness. Let all be blessed with great joy, understanding, harmony, and divine peace. May all be blessed without exception. And finally, really root your feet in the ground. We're going to ground our energy and send this energy out your feet. You may feel a tingling if you're really sensitive of this energy flowing through you. And this is just high frequency light moving through your body. Let our earth be blessed with this divine light, this divine love, and this divine healing. Let her be revitalized and nourished. Blessings be to Mother Earth. So be it. I want to thank Creator for using us as divine channels for these blessings. If you aren't back, make your way back to this time and space. I know many of you are just going to want to stay there because it feels so good there. Courtney's on. Hello, Court. Sam, how do you feel?
Light. I feel so light. Oh, good. So good.
This is it. Oh. Isn't it good? Thank you, Sam, for being here and for inspiring so many others sitting exactly where you are. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You inspire me to get up and continue serving my mission, and I know you inspire so many others to serve their mission, and you may inspire people to quit their 9-to-5.
Hey, take the risk.
Take the risk. Live your life fearlessly.
That's right. That's right.
So follow Sam at Energy on the Farm on Instagram. And to support my work, share this with one person who you think will really, really resonate with everything we talked about today. I will see you all next Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will do our Monday meditation. I love you all so much.